On to you Taurus out there. So look, there's a link in the comment section below called the Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website which has all the ways to be able to financially support the channel, so I can most definitely keep the channel going. Look, shout outs to everybody that's come through. Shout outs to everybody that will come through. Look, you have the Seven of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and you have the Queen of Pentacles, okay? So these three cards right here ultimately, like I said before, the first three cards usually set up the precedent of the entire reading. I don't know why, but for me it does. Because the Seven of Pentacles is about the patience that a lot of you Tauruses, or a lot of Taurians have been able to actually acquire over the years of dating. And a lot of you Taurus don't necessarily, you've been able to develop an eye to be able to understand when someone is worthy of you or not. So in other words, you Taurus are trying to get to know people based upon what it is that I'm seeing. See, I'm trying to, say it. But like, you Taurus are trying to get to know other people. But the problem that a lot of you Taurus are having is that the situation that a lot of you Taurus are having is that you Taurus happen to be in a situation where a lot of people are very much so immature. You have a lot of you Taurus are not really seeing people that are quite mature. They haven't evolved. They haven't gotten to a point yet where they can understand how to be in a fruitful relationship. I see that a lot of you Taurus have been not allowed, but you Taurus have the luxury because of patience. See, people talk about how it is that they want someone to be patient. No, they don't. No, they don't. That's the worst thing that a person who wants to play games wants, is for a person to be patient. Because the more patience a person has, is the more time they have to see how flawed and how dysfunctional someone else is who's running the game, if the person is in fact dysfunctional. And that's the thing that a lot of you Taurus have developed. This is what I'm talking about, why it is that I say that a lot of you have the eyes. You have the eyes to see. You Taurus know what's going on. You can see when somebody is wasting your time or trying to now. You have a better understanding of when someone is trying to waste your time. There needs to be more straightforward communication that actually gets things done. There's not enough direct communication, and the lack of direct communication is really messing things up between yourself and them. Well, really more so them, because they think that you Taurus are not very smart, when the Queen of Pentacles, you're actually this. You're toying with them in the sense that you Taurus know good and well when someone is a good catch and when someone is not. And a lot of you Taurus are able to see that, a lot of you Taurus are kind of shocked about how, like, the losers that you've had around you for a while. A lot of you Taurus had some people around you that are dysfunctional. A lot of you Taurus had some people around you that are dysfunctional, that you would allow, keyword, allow into your life, that a lot of you Taurus need to understand to not. And you don't. You do not hang around them anymore. The Emperor and the Two of Cups is about how it is that you Taurus sit and you sit on your throne. And what I mean when I say sit on your throne, I mean, like, a lot of you Taurus are patient. Like it is that I said before, patience is if a person is trying to get you to run a game, the last thing that they're trying to get you to do is to be patient about seeing them, right? You would start to lose attraction for somebody the more they, like, for instance, with the friend zone thing. People who get put in the friend zone by someone who is intellectually dishonest, that's the best thing that they can do in the first place, because they're getting a front row safe or fairly safe seat to watch the other person ruin their life. So the Emperor and the Two of Cups now is about how, since that's the case, a lot of you need to understand that what you've got going on is you, Taurus, have to remember that patience is the number one thing. I'm not saying for you to put, granted, if you're going to date somebody, once again, a month or before a month ends, you still need to drop them drawers. However, the Emperor and the Two of Cups also represents how a lot of you, Taurus, very much so step to other people with respect. It's just that other people can't necessarily step to you like that because you're on a different, higher level than they are. They sitting up over here trying to waste your time, and you, Taurus, already know that you're not really going to be able to vibe with them because you can't take them seriously. The Knight of Cups and the Five of Wands represents, here you, Taurus, would go in the past trying to get to know some people, and all it is that they could do is chastise you and have a problem with that. See, you, Taurus, what I'm seeing is that a lot of you, Taurus, are starting to understand your value. You're starting to understand that, from going down memory lane, remembering, starting to really reflect, understand your value, really get it that a lot of you, Taurus, are very much so valuable, and that you have been the ones to try to put your best foot forward in the past, while other people make themselves look like jerks because they don't have any kind of common sense or respect. All it seems like they can do is just waste your time, right? Treat you like trash for no particular reason why it is that they're treating you like trash in the first place, right? The better you treat somebody, the worse they treat you. And then you, Taurus, are over here thinking to yourselves, well, why exactly does the person act like that in the first place? Why is it that they even move like that? What exactly is the point? And then the Lovers now is about you, Taurus, Oh, okay. I thought I saw an orb or something like this. I was not about to be like, they got to get out of here with this. I thought I saw an orb. Like, y'all know how sometimes at night, and I only see these orbs at night, by the way, but like when I'm doing a reading like this. But the Lovers is about how it is that they would act like they care about you, right? But then their words and their actions don't necessarily align with one another. Yeah, most definitely. I definitely understand what it is that you're trying to say. I definitely understand how you, Taurus, feel. It's the worst thing in the world to try to get to know somebody, and all the person can do is ultimately waste your time and treat you like trash. But a lot of you, Taurus, are starting to realize the Queen of Pentacles. This Queen of Pentacles is very significant, especially in this particular tarot deck, because the Queen of Pentacles, which is Virgo, but the Queen of Pentacles is about a patient individual, but the rabbit symbolically represents a couple of things. It doesn't just represent one thing. On one level, the rabbit represents fertility. On another level, the rabbit represents the hunt, right? That's why in the Matrix, right, at the beginning of Matrix 1, right, they said what? Follow the white rabbit, because the white rabbit represents hunting, right? So when you interact with other people, they spaz out like that and they get insecure because to them, you're hunting them. They look at it like, why, you know what I'm saying? Like, they look at it like, how are you this intelligent? How are you able to know the things about them that you're able to know? Why is it that you can ask questions? Like, how is your observation skills this on point? And It's because of time and experience, because of the fact that you've been over here on my channel. You know, the Queen of Swords and the Six of Pentacles is about how a lot of you Scorpios, sorry, you Taurus, why do I keep thinking Scorpio? Anyway, Scorpio always pops up in Taurus reading, even when there's no cards. Anyway, sorry about that. The Queen of Swords and the Six of Pentacles represents, and you know what it's like when someone is trying to get you to give them a handout while they're ungrateful of the handout that you're giving them. It's real bugged out. So let's clarify the Queen of Swords. Two of Swords, Seven of Wands, King of Swords, Six of Pentacles, and then you have the Queen of Pentacles. Right. They wanted to make it seem, the Two of Swords and the Seven of Wands represents, they were never really open to begin with. The Seven of Swords is about an individual that just wants to, the Seven of Swords represents an individual that just wants to, like, how do I say? It's hold on. Okay. So the so the Two of Swords and the Seven of Wands is about how, to clarify the Queen of Swords, is about how it is that this person is very much so guarded. You will meet people who are guarded, who don't put in an effort. And the Seven of Wands represents, but they want you to put in an effort, while at the same time, right, trying to make it seem like they're doing so much for you. But that's where the game plan is. That's where the tactics are, because factually they're not giving you a whole lot. They're just trying to give off the illusion that they were, but really they weren't. Let's clarify the Queen of Pentacles. Excuse me. The Sun, Two of Cups, the Emperor, King of Cups, Three of Wands. To clarify the Queen of Pentacles. The Sun card and the Two of Cups represents, you just want something that's over the table. You just want a connection with someone where it's fair and honest. The two of you don't have to worry about things like money, in the sense of like money and putting an over importance on money and spending, and you know what I mean, and all of this type of stuff. You know, the two of you need to actually be able to get along beyond money. The Emperor and the Knight of Cups is, if they have to pay their own way, are they still able to actually love you? Or is it that they're looking for you to do the majority of most of the things? And the Three of Wands represents you sitting back, being patient, allowing yourself to see who and what they are, is what would give them, it would throw them off. Because now you, Taurus, would see just exactly who they are, and you would stay away from them. So I'm seeing that this is a reading for you, Taurus, where this is really about, like, you're beginning to understand, you're beginning to do the same thing that I did, where you realize it, then you act like it doesn't exist. You realize how the game is, and then you come back to it, and then you go, wait a minute. Could it be that you were the one that was important the whole time? And it blows your mind because you can't believe it. You're like, but the way that people tried to get you to feel was so low. It's like, you can't believe that people would treat you like this. But then now you're starting to understand, wait a minute, maybe you are the master of your own universe. Now, there you go. There's the floodgates that's open, that can never be closed again, because now you Taurus are starting to understand even more than having money. People treated you like trash regardless of whether you had money or not, because you were important and they were dysfunctional. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe.